Warning, incoming game over. Warning, incoming game over.
All right, hello everybody, and welcome to Game Over Vancouver. My name is Kaja Antic. I'm here with my buddy Connor. Connor, can you introduce yourself to the Game Over world?
Hello, my name's Connor. Obviously, as you can tell by the accent, I'm not from Canada. I'm from America. All joke. Got a laugh in. Yes. No, I'm from just south of Cambridge in the United Kingdom. I normally spend most of my nights staying up to watch Canucks play hockey, which is really fun. And yeah, been to Canada a couple of times to watch them play. So yeah,
And to
that's me.
Boston.
And to Boston, that was very fun. My heart rate went through the roof. I should tell my therapist about that.
Well, that was the two that was when we shut Boston out, right?
Yeah, one
That was
nil.
that.
That was very fun to watch.
Okay. I was like, that was so long ago when I still had hope. Anyway,
That
uh,
was this season. That was this
yeah,
season. Oh my God. Yeah.
yeah. It's been
Yeah.
like 5 seasons in one. Anyway, before we get into recapping the game, the Canucks won 6-2 to the Anaheim Ducks at home at Rogers Arena. Just a reminder, shift into hyperdrive and get ready to have some fun with your new source for all the biggest stories in hockey, bringing a unique style of broadcasting and commentary with a Quebecois flavor. Hyperdrive Hockey combines top-tier hockey analysis, big stories, pop culture, and a damn fun atmosphere that will drive debate, make you think, and more. Join Max Van Newt, Daphne Malbuff, and Kevin Laramie once the playoffs resume for your fill on the hockey world. Watch on YouTube on the Game Over Network channel or subscribe to the podcast on Apple, Spotify, or Amazon. Head over to our website, thegameovernetwork.com, for more. Yeah, so Anaheim Ducks, they score on their first shot of the game. Troy Terry, pretty cool shot. I'm not gonna lie, it was a cool angle. But what was your kind of reaction to that going in?
So so I was listening to it on the way. I listened to the first period on the radio, so missed a lot. But from what I gathered, he was wide open. Was he? Like it's
Kinda.
from what it sounded like, he was completely wide open. Like all the Canucks defenders stepped back and just left him a lot of space. But when he scored that, I was like, oh, just not again. Like he's got some sort of insane scoring record, like what 19 points in 20 games against the Canucks. Like he's nearly a point per game. Yeah, no, Batch said it on the radio. It's like I really hope that that's correct, but it's like something stupid like 19 points in 20 games against the Canucks. He just is inevitable to get a point. Um,
I'm looking it up now.
please do, because if I'm not, I'm going to be annoyed. I mean, who's ever lied on the internet before?
So, in just on the road, he has 10 points in 11 games. So,
Okay,
that's just on the road against the
yeah,
Canucks, which is still
that's
insane.
still insane. Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Troy Terry is like probably one of the more underrated players in the NHL, I would say.
Oh no, 100%. Like him and Vetrano are like, I don't get how they get more hype. I know it's like obviously as Canucks fans, we all know that the West Coast like bias or lack thereof is definitely there when it comes to ranking hockey players. But the fact that like players like himself, Vetrano, I mean, I know it's really pushing it, but like Lucas Dostal and Radko Gudas as well, like they don't. Gudas is a very big push, but I think he's a really good like third like brick of a defender. Like I don't know how to,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
but
understand where
like
you. Yeah.
I he's an outlier, but definitely like the likes of like Dostal, Vetrano, Terry, the fact that they don't get like the hype that they deserve is absolutely insane.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. There was like, it was like an article about somebody scoring and the goalie, like he scored against Lucas Dostal, and then there was a lot of drama with it because the way it phrased it, it was like, oh yeah, some unknown guy, and then there was this huge.
That that was this year. I
That
don't
was
remember who.
this year? I thought it was last
I
year.
Oh, it might have been last year. It was one of the East Coast teams. I think it was like it was one of the New York teams. It was like New York media put it like, oh, they just scored against a no one. It's like, no, it's Lucas Dostal. He's like one of the best young keepers in the
Um.
West.
Oh. Okay. It was from the Toronto Sun. Shocker.
Oh
Um.
no, that
Yep.
the New York of Canada.
Austin Matthews saves day in OT after no-name goalie vexes Maple Leafs.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man,
That
that's just lazy.
January 4th, 2024, and then the Anaheim Ducks responded with, his name is Lucas Dostal. He had 55 saves last night. He was the NHL Rookie of the Month in October. Be better at the Toronto Sun. I don't know if the Toronto Sun be better. That is uh the bar is 6 feet underground already for them. But that's just
Well, it's just well, it shows just that a lot of East Coast media don't have a care for what's happening on the West Coast when there is a lot of great things happening. Like it sucks. Like it's not it's an East Coast West Coast mentality. It's like the league is full of great players wherever you look. Like on a side note, I think we're blessed with the greatest talent pool right now that hockey has had in a long time with the young players that are coming through.
probably ever.
And the fact that it's only players out, it seems like it's only players out in the East that are getting recognized and are getting praised is such a shame. Because like even like obviously San Jose are a massive exception because of Celebrini and Smith. But like I'm really kicking myself. There's that defender that plays the Kings, who has just had an unreal year this year.
Right, Clarke?
Yeah, I think it's Clarke, and he's like he's getting nothing talked about on at all in the league, and it's like
Can I say? It's because he's on the Kings.
I
Because
know.
the Kings, like, they're kind of what? Sorry, it just tried to make me log into this. Um, yeah, he has 31 points in 72 games, 5 goals, 26 assists. And it's on a Kings team, which their highest scoring game of the season was probably against us. So
That's the only
he's
one.
he's leading, yeah, he's leading the Kings in defensive points.
Just saying, if that was if he wore the red of the Montreal Canadiens and his name was Lane Hutchison, then there'd be a completely different conversation. Like, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
You make a good point. You make a good point.
I'm just
Um,
saying.
why is Andrei Kuzmenko a +8?
Because Menko is great. I love that man,
No, he
and he's doing really well.
he just scored tonight against the Oilers.
I know it was a very good goal as well. You should watch it. It's a really nice finish. He's
I
really getting into that Kings team.
yeah, that's
Andrei
gonna
Kuzmenko is going to get a cup before the Canucks.
no. Let's be real here. The Los Angeles Kings, um, they are the most meh team of meh teams. Um, you know who's right above I said it already. Right above Andrei Kuzmenko in points for the
Yeah,
Kings, even though Kuzmenko has played like over like 51 less games than this guy, is Tanner Jeannot.
Jesus Christ, he's had a downfall.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Remember when the Tampa Bay Lightning traded like 3 draft classes for him a couple years ago?
yeah, that was very funny.
That was
That
so
was
funny.
incredible. Picked the wrong player, but I think there was a couple of goals that we maybe could talk about because a lot happened.
Oh, yes, right. Thank you. I
I
um
thought I'd be going in a tangent.
yeah, I any opportunity I have to point, how is Anze Kopitar second in? Sorry, I just need to look at it. Noted McLaren
No one
CEO
talks about the
Zach
Kings
Brown.
unless they need to.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. And I just like to because I wanted to point out that Anze Kopitar is friends with McLaren Racing CEO Zach Brown, and I have no idea how that happened.
He's gonna fill in for the next McLaren spot next year, but it's a tangent. Oh, Kopitar could do anything. Let's be honest.
I know, but they're both locked up to like he's not replacing Norris or Piastri. Like, let's be real here.
He could.
He
Let's not say he's not. Let's
okay,
say
but
he's.
Mark Webber would need some interfere. This is this hockey show. Okay.
Junior scored. Junior
Junior
scored.
scored. Repeaty, DPD, whatever you want to call him. Oh God.
If you're a
Elias.
Pettersson, if you're a Pettersson, you have to score the goal. Simple.
And he did. Elias Pettersson gets his first in the NHL. Linus Karlsson gets his first assist in the NHL on that
Right
goal.
there. Makes me
um,
so happy.
um, yeah, he gets his first goal of the
Career that
his
he's
career. Yeah,
about to partake.
and honestly, really good for him. Really happy for him. Um,
It's been
he,
a really tough year with everything that's gone on with this team. And I think we're going to touch on it a bit later.
mm-hmm.
But the emergence of like DPT, of Linus Carlson, of Max Sasson, who obviously we'll get onto later, that has been by far the best thing to have happened this year by like
Yeah,
a country mile, because it's so nice to see those talents actually show their worth in these games. And yeah, we're talking about an end of a season game against the Ducks, who are already eliminated. And let's not beat around the bush. We are probably also going to be eliminated early this week. But to see these players come in and fill boots that like veteran pros have failed to do so this year has been a real nice touch. And I think like going forward, the future of this team with the youth that's coming through is going to be really, really good. And people, maybe not in Vancouver, but people around the league are very much sleeping on the talent that we're bringing through. Yes, it's not the like of Celebrini. Yes, it's not the like of Will Smith or Bedard or Hudson or all these amazing skilled young players. But we've got a really, really good foundation of kids coming through. And to see Elias Pearson, Petition, or however he wants to announce his name, score his first goal tonight, and to score it like that, a slapper from that far out, absolutely brilliant. Like, just stuff of dreams.
yeah.
No, it's Papa.
Hello.
It's just absolutely brilliant. Like, and hopefully they will fill the gaps next year, so I don't need to spend in free agency. But again, we'll get to that.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's a big proponent of like successful teams down the road. And also, when we're talking about like good young players, Abbotsford has an 11-game win streak going right now. They just
Unreal.
Yeah, from they didn't start the year off too well in the AHL, from my understanding. And then yeah, they pull off 11-game win streak. They just clinched a spot in the Calder Cup playoffs in the AHL. So kudos to Manny Malhotra coaching the squad. His first year behind the bench there.
Future Canucks coach. What? Who said that?
Do we need another bald man though? We've had two in a row.
There's nothing wrong with being bald.
Third time's the charm.
Yeah, see, right.
Um. Anyway, my favorite Canucks player, Philip Hronek, makes it 2-1 a minute and 6 seconds later. And at this point, I'm just thinking, okay, this is nice. You know, it's a good, like, the Canucks were pretty powerful in that first period. Up to that, a bit. But like they weren't like overpowering the Ducks. But just you wait, because
Just right.
like less than a minute later, on the power play, which the Canucks on the power play, they scored twice tonight. That's wild. Brock Besser gets his 25th of the year. He is now the Canucks leading goal scorer on the season.
Help.
You're
Help.
frozen for a second.
Are you there?
Yes.
Are you? I was so scared.
I was just
Time
like,
froze.
I was like, is he there? Or is he just really still?
No, I was making these actions. I was going absolutely crazy. You should have seen
Okay.
me.
Yeah, I was talking about Brock Besser on the power play. The Canucks get 2 power play goals tonight.
Because the power play now is really good, apparently.
For some reason. Then again, Anaheim's penalty kill has not been
It's,
good.
it's like the worst in the league. Like
Yeah.
it's really bad.
It's like if we took the modern, like the right now Chicago Blackhawks and put them in the Stanley Cup final against us. And it's like, oh yeah, we won the cup, but is it, anyway.
Yeah, you beat a bunch of kids. Like they're trying their best.
Yeah. It's like the guy who originally held the NHL goal scoring record. He's playing a bunch of goalies who should be playing road hockey. And
Oh
Kirk
yeah,
Cooley,
no,
of course.
he doesn't do much nowadays. Like
Anyway,
later, we'll talk about that later.
later. Brock Besser scores gets his 25th of the year, and assists from Quinn Hughes and Jonathan Lekkerimecki. I thought on the power play, I really like his spot there. Like he's
No,
kind of
Leckers has been unreal.
he's filling
Like
in
covering
for
PP1.
he's filling in for OG Pedersen, I believe, like on that in that kind of area. But I thought he's
Just
done
without the slap shot, but
yeah. He still has an
like
unreal shot.
oh no, his shot is stupidly good. But
Yeah.
that confidence on like shooting on the power play will come. But like I think it was like the first time Tochip I'm so sorry for pronunciations. Like words are hard. Like I'm
It's
just gonna say
okay.
it.
He won't be coach for long anymore, so.
Yeah. The Rick, let's just call him Rick because that's his name. When Rick put him on the original, like on PP1 for the first time when Petey first got injured, and I think like he got an assist on his first outing on the power play. That was incredible. But ever since he's stepped up, and he's another one that I somehow failed to mention earlier because I love Lekkerimaki. Like he's just been so good. He's so good.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that's gonna step up. I'm not sure what the situation is with Tom Wielander, if he's staying for another year at Boston University.
When is the Frozen for this weekend or next weekend?
I don't know. I should probably know that.
I know I mean, us Brits here, we don't have anything fun like a Frozen Four because our universities just challenge each other on TV on knowing what like hydrogen molecules different from a sodium molecule or something like that. Because we live in a fun country where knowledge is successful television.
Okay. So Boston U plays Thursday. They have the late game at 8:30 Eastern, so that's like
Thursday. Why wouldn't you play it on let me think. The
then
weekend.
the championship's on Saturday, on the 12th.
Oh,
So next weekend.
Yeah. He's not going to get time to come here, isn't he?
No, I meant like next season,
Yeah.
because like I think Aiden Celebrini, who's also a Canucks prospect, he said he's gonna stay with Boston University for next year instead of coming up.
Sorry, I got a cough. Let's celebrate him.
Let's see.
I'm happy. I'm tired. I'm gonna be like this.
No, it's just like, yeah, we'll see. Maybe if he tries to boot a football at Finn's head, he won't hit it, so that he's the better.
Or he won't go on a go-kart on the ice or what go-kart and then get pushed over by Have you not seen the video?
Sorry, Macklin Celebrini did this?
No, I swear Macklin was on the go-kart and he got pushed by Toffoli. Oh,
I do
was it?
not know what you're talking about. What?
I'm gonna search it and send it to you because I am like pretty sure that Celebrini was on a go-kart, got pushed by Toffoli.
I
Um,
mean, yeah, that like tracks because Foley's basically like their um like babysitter. Um,
yeah.
that one picture when they all scored. It was Celebrini, Will Smith, and Tyler Toffoli all scored in the same game, and Toffoli had made a bet with the two of them that they would have a sleepover if they all scored that night, and then they did.
They got
And
the yeah.
they made him sleep on the cot, which like those were uncomfortable when I had to sleep on those when I was like a kid on family trips. That's a grown ass hockey player. Like
You're putting your body through like nearly 70, 80 games a year in one of the most brutal sports there is.
mhm.
And yes, you're gonna volunteer to sleep on a bed like that.
I don't think he volunteered. Let's be real here. Um anyway, going forward, the Canucks get another power play. Connor Garland um hits the back of the net on this one. Almost at his 20 goal mark on the season. Quinn Hughes gets his second assist of the game. Brock Besser also an assist on that one. And it's 4-1 Vancouver. And then just like a minute later, less than, Dakota Joshua gets his sixth of the year. Kiefer Sherwood assist. Marcus Pettersson also secondary assist. And it's 5-1 Canucks.
I
I
I just want to add one quick thing before you say anything. So, I'm a outside of hockey, I'm a football fan. I literally come back from Shrewsbury, which is basically Wales in the UK today. So I missed the first game because I was listening to the radio. From the motorway, or as you call Canadians call it, the highway junction for my town to my house, it's a 10-minute drive. It's a 4-mile journey. When I left the motorway junction to go to the roundabout, the Ducks were 1-0 up. When I walked through the door, Dakota had just scored the fifth Canucks goal. When I tell you that I had a bit of a heart attack when I saw that, like I I know you might be alluding to it, but that's like a new Canucks record now. Like the quickest 5 goals has been scored. That's insane. Like
yeah.
absolutely staggering.
It's the first time this season that they scored 5 goals in the first period. Because
I thought you said a game. I thought no,
no,
don't.
no,
I was gonna be like, don't.
no.
We're not the Kings.
Okay, so for reference, um, so yeah, the drive that you said you did is like from Vancouver to like Merritt. Yeah, I
What
think I got that
for
right.
football?
For football, yeah. And then the drive that you said from when the Ducks were up 1-0 to when you got home, like that like little spot, it's like trying to get from it's trying to get all the way down the Georgia Viaduct or the
Yeah.
Dunsmuir
It's
Viaduct in traffic.
it's like
Longer.
getting from like distance and journey time wise, getting from English Bay Beach to Rogers Arena. Like it's not far, and they scored like 5 goals in that period.
Yeah.
Absolutely stunning. Like
It's
unreal.
it's the length of it of that time is like getting on the train at Waterfront and then reaching Stadium Chinatown.
Yes.
Stadium Chinatown
Yes.
maybe commercial, but
That's what I
that's
think.
stretching it. I'm like trying to
I
think of like the timing of it because I remember I would always like order coffee when I was at Stadium Chinatown because then by the time I got to Waterfront it was there. But yeah. Anyway, so little bit of context. Um yeah, so Dakota Joshua puts it up 5-1. I was going into the first period or going into the second period. I also just want to say my stream that I was watching was a bit delayed, and I have an app on my phone that sends me notifications to my watch when scores happen. So like if I don't have my phone on me, then like my watch will buzz and I'll see it there. And I was sitting there watching, the stream, right? With the game. And I'm sitting there and my watch would buzz and I'd be like, okay, well, it's the score app. Um, there's no way we score again. And then they score again, like 30 seconds later. Um,
The 24-25 Canucks don't do this. This is very weird. This is 23-24 Canucks. Like, I'm reliving the dreams, baby. Like, get me to, like, I'll get the towel from upstairs with the playoff stuff on it. I'll wave it out here because that's what I'm used to. But no, we're not allowed happiness here. This is how it is. But yeah, no, that was just unreal. I watched when I got back here. When I got out of the car, got my stuff. I watched the goals back, and that Dakota finish as well, on the side note, was absolutely brilliant. Like, I don't know what it is about him. He's got a knack for scoring those types of goals against the Ducks. Because I remember last year he had the between the legs against against Dostal as well. And it's like he just manages to do this every now and then. And it's like, where's the red? Where? Why? Why?
Yeah.
You're not Connor Bedard. Why are you doing this?
I mean, like, it's good to see though that we have like that talent in our depth, and like if
Yeah.
like if Dakota Joshua didn't like have like his injuries and health situations.
Cancer.
Yeah. Um
There's no beating around the bush.
yeah. If that didn't happen, then
And ladies and gentlemen, that right there is the difference between a Brit and a Canadian. We'll just say how it is.
um yeah. You know what my thought process was in the first intermission? Um My thought process was, okay, so how are we gonna blow the lead now?
Yeah. And when Zegras got that goal in the second, I was like, you are actually taking the piss here.
Okay.
You're taking the mick.
But that was like he was wide open also. Which like I was like he only has 11 goals on the year and I forgot he was like injured for half the season.
And also he's had a really, really, really bad off year. Like it's in injuries, yeah, but like his production on that team has just stagnated. Like he's not like let's not kid around. I know he's not the most popular figure in Vancouver. He's not the most popular figure in the league. He's very decisive. I know a lot of Vancouver fans hate him for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Is it because he said something to Troy Stetcher, but everyone thought he said something else? But that was like years ago. That was before I think that was before Arizona was playing at the University of Arizona. Was that before then? I'm trying to think. I'm like, why do we not like Trevor Zegras again?
No, apparently, from what I've seen on the, am I allowed to call it Twitter, or will I
Say
get
Twitter.
a Yeah, okay, yay! I won't get banned, or tariffed, whatever's happening nowadays. Look, it's comical because it's happening right now, and we have to suffer from it. We
You
have to
either laugh or
else
you
we
cry. Yeah.
No, on Twitter, like he was getting a lot of hate. Like it had to be him. It had to be Zegras, and I'm like, I vaguely remember what like the stuff about Stetcher because also context warning. I'm new to hockey. Like I've been supporting the Canucks since COVID, and I've picked a really fun time to support this team.
I will say, that's like 5 years at this time, mate. Like it's not.
Don't say that, please.
You that
20 COVID 21 bubble season. No, not bubble season. Canada Division season. That's the year.
The North Division.
So 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, 4
Canada
years.
Division.
Okay, well,
And
Zegras is just unlikable.
Yeah, and like it had to be him, and I was like, I think the thing I rate most about that goal isn't the goal itself. The fact that Thatcher Demko tried to turn into Elastigirl to try and save that. Like, he just tried to spin his spine like 180 degrees. Like, my brother in Christ, We don't want to lose you to another injury. Please stop it. Just let the puck go in. We'll let you have that. We'll let him have that one. He can have one goal.
Yeah,
Let him be happy.
it was kind of like it's Trevor Zegras. He's kind of known for a lot of flashy goals, especially from like earlier in his career, which is kind of insane to say because he's like what 22, 23, or
No, that
he's like
don't.
23 or 24. I was like, he's like older than me, but not by much. He's known for flashier goals. That was not a pretty goal. It was
That
a
was the most hockey goal he's ever scored.
that was the I would even say that's the most like beer league like 10 p.m. game start. That's the league. That's the in like a 19 plus B division. That's what you see. Anyway, that was the only goal scored in the second period. So the Canucks were able to fend off the Anaheim Ducks for another 40 minutes for that one goal. And that included a Max Sasson
Sassy
breakaway.
Maxi. Sassy
He
Maxi.
gets a
What a boy.
breakaway.
Really, really nice finish as well. He, like, again, he's been such an unsung hero for this team this year because whenever he's stepped up, he's not put a foot wrong. Like, yes, he's a predominant AHL player, but to get put in a position where, look, at the start of the year, obviously when I was in Boston, when we were on that East Coast road trip, and it was like, yeah, JT Miller's just going to leave the team for a while and then forever. PT just doesn't know how to play hockey anymore, apparently, but we still love him, apart from the fans that hate him for vibes. He just come in and thought, yeah, screw it. I'm going to play hockey. Like, there's no other way to put it. He's a fourth line player who just does his job perfectly. And he's a scrappy player that you just want to do well. And the fact that he got that goal tonight, showing what he can do with a bit of time, that's beautiful. Beautiful. And the finish was so good. Like to tuck it under Dostal like that. Oh, is it pie hole you guys call it? The type of pie hole, the hole.
It's a five
In
hole.
English, five hole. Hey, see,
A pie hole
I'm
is a
learning.
mouth, bro. Because that's
Pie,
where pie goes when you eat it.
don't talk to the Englishman about pie. You're gonna make me excited.
Is that?
Pie's the best food, but that's a conversation for another podcast.
Okay.
But
Zegers makes Pedersen look tough. I mean, yeah. Have you seen him?
Zegras is like built like a twig. Like I swear there's like just like there's nothing there. There's just like a skeleton.
Sorry. Like this is there this post is so disliked on the Canucks Reddit. It's from 3 months ago. Zegers would be perfect Miller trade candidate.
I remember.
I googled Zegers Canucks. Yeah. Uh
Yeah,
this
I honestly I don't remember when it was from, but I just distinctly know that that Canucks fans hate Trevor Zegras, and I, for the life of me, I don't know why. And I'm like, yeah, sure, fuck it, revive. Well, can I swear?
yes.
Fuck it, revive. I don't want YouTube people to demonetize you and your great channel full of amazing other content creators who do other Canadian
Sorry.
stuff.
Zegers' downfall needs to be studied. There's a video on this.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ.
The downfall of Trevor Zegras. Yeah, maybe people. I think it's just people think he's overhyped. Because, yeah, he, like, scored a couple Michigan goals and then got all the hype with
Being
the,
very nice.
yeah, got all the hype with that and then was put on the NHL 24 cover and then just disappeared. It's 24, right?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I get that. I just think he no, 23. Because 24 was McCarr.
It's 25 is the one with the brothers?
The Quinnifer brothers.
I don't know. They don't have the NHL games on PC, so I don't have any of them. Um, I have some of them, but like the older ones. Seeger
You
says
have
the
some of them. You have NHL 95.
I have
No, 94. I got the reference wrong. Shit.
I have some of them under my desk, but that's another thing. Zegers has the talent to be a 40 goal scorer, but has no grit. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like a
Yeah. I get that.
he. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's
I want
playing.
to.
Sorry,
No, you go first.
I was just gonna make a joke. Maybe he's playing badly because he's dating a TikToker.
I was gonna think of something funny, but Kyra, it's midnight. This is normally when the first period's being played for East Coast games for you beautiful Canadians out there. This is
Yeah.
what I have to deal with. Our home games at Rogers start at 3 a.m. over here. This
Love
is
of the
just
game.
oh mate, it's brilliant. I just get to sit there and contemplate my life decisions after coming back from work. It's brilliant. It's like, oh, I get to come back from work for playing against Seattle. My mate supports Seattle. Let's turn it on. And then we lose 5-0. And I'm like, why?
I didn't even watch that game. I'm gonna be honest. Like I was.
Oh, I quit after the second period. I was like, I need sleep. I've got 2 days of night shifts ahead of me. I need some sort of help in my life.
I was working and or no, I wasn't working. I was working on like final stuff because like final season, yay. Um
Woo! Studying. You
Studying,
don't
yeah.
do studying.
Yeah, no, I'm like trying to work. I'm like trying to finish my paper and all that stuff like that. And my dad went to that game and he gets home and he just opens the door and he's standing there like in his skate jersey. He's like, "What? What?" Like he just had no words. It's the first time I ever
We
saw my
let
dad
little
shut
brother
up.
win. We're not meant to let little brother win. We're meant to,
Little
to
brother.
destroy them. We're meant we were here first. I
Yeah.
say this as if I've been supporting this team since 1970, but no.
You've been supporting this team longer than the Kraken have been in this league, so.
So yeah, we've been here first. Like in England, that's hatred. Like if you come from nearby, now I hate you, mate. You can go do one. That's a rivalry. And they're just there. And they just turn up. It's like, what are you doing?
I think it's
It's
because
our territory.
we need a playoff series, but every year they've either both been bad or one's been bad and one's been good. Like they need a
I want an
playoff
outdoor
series.
game
No,
because I'm sick and tired of seeing other teams get outdoor games. And yes, I know the history of what happened the last time the Canucks had an outdoor game. We're not going to talk about that because that makes me depressed, even though I wasn't here. But time has advanced. We have a Quinnifer Hughes on our side. We need to show him to the league, have him in an outdoor game, beating the shit out of someone from Seattle. That will make me happy.
have him fight Matty Beniers at center ice.
Yes. No. Oh, there's Cole Lind still. Oh, my voice. There's Cole Lind still playing for the Canucks. No, not Seattle.
I don't think so.
Jared McCann. He's ex Canucks. Get him to fight.
Cole Lind is currently playing for the Texas Stars in the American Hockey League while under contract with the Dallas Stars. So
Close enough. It's the same country. Fuck it, we vibe. I've been singing so much today. My football team won a game. This doesn't normally happen. The amount of times this year that the Canucks and Cambridge United, the football team that I have to suffer through watching, that Cambridge United make the Chicago Blackhawks look like Stanley Cup winners in hockey. Like, that's how bad my football team is. We won today in the worst game of football I've ever seen. I sung a lot, spent a lot of time in the sun, and the Canucks win. This doesn't happen. My voice is, I'm excited. I've had also a lot of iced tea. That might be an excuse.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah.
I actually have one important thing about the game that I haven't mentioned, and I'm surprised you haven't mentioned. Because I put it in my notes that I sent to you, which I was very impressed with. the fact Quinn Hughes in that second period
Right.
only played like 7 minutes. Again, I'm really happy with that. Like, it felt really weird because even when I was listening to the first in the car, one of the thoughts I had was, hold on a minute, I haven't heard Quinn Hughes mentioned a lot, if not at all, in this game. What is going on? Is he like decided to sit in a stand to watch the game or something? But no, he played. Because my lovely host Kaja is the stats expert here, can you get the amount that he played?
Total?
Words in the wise words of Victor Mancini, the second best Italian American to play for the Canucks, behind Phil Di Giuseppe. Words are hard, but yeah, can you look after his? You know what I mean. Screw it.
Yeah.
How much did he play a lot tonight?
He played 24 shifts, which is the third lowest of the defensemen. Only Mancini and Pettersson played less. Elias Pettersson. This hurts my brain. He had the second. Well, he tied for the highest ice time though, with Marcus Pettersson. Marcus Pettersson, I feel like, had a pretty good game. He's still looking for his first as a Canuck, but okay. So Quinn Hughes.
I swear he scored his first for the Canucks.
Or has he? I swear they mentioned it.
I swear he has. He scored it quite early on.
I thought they mentioned that he was still looking for it. Okay, wait. I need to look. Where does he play? He's number 43. Quinn Hughes. So. Okay. In total, in the second, so in the first he had 10 shifts. Played 739. In the second, he had only played like 5 minutes throughout the whole second until like the last 2 minutes.
And then he done just said, fuck it, I'm finishing the period on my own.
Yeah, he was just like, yeah, I'm not leaving. He stayed on the ice for like over 2 minutes for one shift, and I'm like, I get it. Like, hockey
back.
Pride and everything. But bro, we play Vegas tomorrow, and that's when we actually need you to be good. Because, like, let's be honest, it's a defensive masterclass against the Anaheim Ducks is not really needed. It's the Anaheim Ducks.
It is, because we lost really badly the last time. I don't really want to remember the score, because my best mate in the UK is a Ducks fan, and he constantly reminded me of it, because he hasn't forgiven me when I took him to Vancouver to watch us beat them in overtime.
Well, you know what? Ask him if he's 6 to his stomach.
Kyle, if you're watching, I don't think you are, but what Kaja said, are you 6 to your stomach? Yes, I'm going to bully him for that.
Should have put in Juleson instead. Juleson is injured. I think he's out for the rest of the season. It depends on your stance on Noah Juleson, but of course, like, it's not good to see a player injured, so I will say unfortunately.
I like him.
Yeah, he's a good, like, 7th D, not how Taka was playing him, which I feel like contributed to a lot of the vitriol. Anyway, yeah, I'm looking for his final shift in the second was 2 minutes and 13 seconds.
Jesus Christ.
Because he had only played like a few he only played like 5 minutes in the period. So he's like, you know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna stay out for the rest of the time. Yeah.
But like, if that's game management from the Canucks management side, I mean, fair play. Like, they've been slated a lot, and arguably rightly so, for a lot of things that have happened this year. Keeping your best players' ice time down on a back-to-back when you play a bad team first and a good team second, that's really good management. And like, it sounds really stupid, but it shouldn't be looked at as like, oh, we are really proud that the management have done something
good,
as logical as don't play your best player for like 40, 100 minutes and for all the shifts in a game against the Anaheim fucking Ducks. Like that should be common sense. But we're at the point where this season has gone the way it is, where we're all so used to watching Quinn Hughes perform cartwheels and somersaults just to get a scoring opportunity, where we are looking at it like, yeah, fair play. If they've decided to say, yeah, Quinn, you're not going to play as much today, then we are all impressed. I don't know how to feel about that, because part of me is like, that's a good sign of management. And I'm like, yikes, that's really bad management for how he's been used this whole season.
Yeah. I think it's like a bit of desperation point, but also because the Canucks for the longest time did not have good defense. And now that they
No,
have like a lot of competent defensemen,
yeah.
it's like, oh, well now we can afford to rest him. But it's like he was playing injured through so much of the year. And
It was so annoying. It's like, I think, can I just quickly like confirm, like, we've covered everything about the game, haven't we?
yep.
Yeah, right. We can go on tangents now. My favorite part about speaking words. The way the season's gone this year is like, it's just been a car crash. Like, whenever it's felt like we've turned a corner, whenever we felt like, oh, the Canucks are actually getting on a streak, we're doing something good. Oh, Quinn's like doing some incredible batshit crazy stuff. Petey's getting his goals. Jake DeBrusk is looking like a stud. Brock's getting all the goals. Something happens to derail that. And it's so annoying because, like, look, I know last year was amazing, like, for all of us. Like, whether you're watching out in person every single game in Vancouver, whether you're watching in Kelowna, or whether you're watching in like Prince Rupert or Albert or whatever they're called. One of the places,
Prince Rupert and Prince George, probably.
that's the one. Prince Albert is a person. Whether you're watching in in Australia, UK, Sweden, or whatever, last year was such a fun ride for all of us to experience. To go from that to this year, yeah, I think it's definitely been an experience, and it sucks because obviously we all want to see the Canucks in the playoffs. We're hockey fans. Like, fuck it, we're all sports fans. We want to see our teams go win stuff. We want to see our teams be successful because, that's kind of the bread and butter of why we dedicate our lives to watching these teams play. But I think this year, it's just a write-off. Like start anew in the summer, because everything that could have gone wrong this year has gone wrong in the most catastrophic way possible. Like the JT stuff, like Quinn's injuries, Demko's injuries, like the fact that we've had to use him on his head for the last couple of games. PD as well, yeah. It's like we haven't had any luck this year. And last year, one of the prevailing points that everyone wanted to talk about was how we were so lucky. We didn't get a big injury. We didn't get like a season-ending injury to one of our key players until Game 7 against Edmonton, when our top scorer is now not playing because he's got blood clotting issues. Like, it's so sickening how everything that went perfectly last year has then led us to have a season where everything that could have gone wrong has gone wrong. And I think this summer is going to be really interesting to see where the team goes, because there's a lot of steps the Canucks can take. All of them scary, especially considering, their best player that isn't named Quinnifer Hughesafer over the last month or so in Pew Suda, and arguably one of the faces of the franchise over the last however many years, and who I still believe is our longest tenured player,
yes,
Brock Besser, aren't signed on for next season. That's scary. Like, that's not normal. Like, we're letting two incredible players potentially walk in free agency. Where I'm an optimist. I still believe they're both signing. Like, I will believe until I see Brock show a jersey of a different team, and then I'll start crying to my Brock
It won't happen.
Besser mind.
It
No,
won't
it's not going
happen.
to happen. No, it's not happening at all. But in the 1% chance that it does, my shrine upstairs to Brock Besser, that's gone. Like, that's like, I'm sorry, mate. I will cry. My signed hat. What will I do?
I
Sports fans are fickle. Like, we're just like this. It's annoying because, like, I'm going to be fascinated with the exit interviews, like the end of the season presses, because I want to see what they will say about what's gone wrong this season, and I want to see if they admit to anything. I don't think they will. Not a chance. Like, if I'm a betting man, and I'm not, because gambling is a naughty thing to do unless you're sponsored by a gambling site or America. They have the sports betting books now. I've seen it all the adverts on like every American YouTuber. It's insane. It makes British people look normal for betting. And trust me, if you're not in a British town, if you haven't got 17 bookmakers on your high street, like, it's bad. It's really bad.
I don't know. I get British feeds for F1, so
Woo-hoo.
there's a lot. There's a lot of ads, but I'm like, it's just a normal. It's like hockey.
No. In the UK, betting is a fucking pandemic. Like, I'm not even joking when I'm saying this. It is so bad. Where it's a lot of people, especially young people, are addicted to it in a really bad way. But again, different story. That's different thing. But if I was a betting man, which I am not, because I don't advocate for betting because it's a bad thing, then the devil will not like you, unless you're not religious. Then the equivalent of the devil for. If I was a betting man, what will be said will be, we've been really unlucky with injuries, with how Demko missed the start of this season, with how Dakota missed all that time with his cancer treatment, where we lost PT and Brock at the same time, and we lost Fronik for a couple of months. Then when we lost Demko again, we were so unlucky. Obviously, stuff off the ice happened, and we can't really talk about it, even though we really want to tell you what happened, but we're not actually going to tell you what happened. We're just going to drip feed of information. And that didn't really happen, but it's okay though, because we got our star boy and he's doing everything on his head, and we are 100% not burning him out. But it's all right though, because we got a really good backup goalkeeper who we are 100% not burning him out the same way we did to a really good backup goalkeeper in Spencer Martin that we had a couple of years ago. It's not the same comparison, but someone mentioned it to me this week, how the way Lankinen's forms dropped off reminds him of how we used Spencer Martin. And I got flashbacks to how good Spencer Martin was at the start and how that ended. And it gave me a shudder.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a fair point. I think there's going to be a lot of excuses made. But with that, let's get into like the second period here. I'll just do a quick little blurb here, and then we'll talk a bit more about what the Canucks should be doing. Yeah, all good. No, looking for ways to.
You confused me so much. We said the game was finished, but then I remembered that we have a plan. We have segments and we have periods, and they confuse me because words are hard.
Words are hard. Looking for ways to help an upstart media company employing over 30 young journalists and analysts across Canada. If you have a few spare bucks kicking around, you better head to our Patreon page at patreon.com/thegameovernetwork. Connor's dying. There you'll find multiple tiers featuring different rewards and goodies for helping us grow. There's extra access, exclusive looks behind the scenes, Discord benefits, merch discounts, opportunities to give us feedback, and you can join us for special shows live where you can interact with hosts as we launch more ways to improve your experience. If you're not able to spare a few dollars, we have a free tier available so you don't miss out. If you really want want to help us, make sure to click like and subscribe on YouTube, rate us 5 stars on your favorite podcast app, and share our work on your social media of choice. Reminder, that's patreon.com/thegameovernetwork.
That sponsored segment was sponsored by my mental breakdown on not knowing what the first, second, and third period meant in this show, because
I'm
this
sorry.
is new to me. Words are hard.
I forgot to explain it.
The funny thing is you explained it at the start to me. You explained what would happen, saying, the first period we will talk about this, the second period we'll talk about that. And I'm there like thinking at the start of the thing, like that things happened in the second and third periods. Are we just going to ignore that? Not thinking that you actually meant in the terms of the show. And my brain just decided to melt a little bit because,
That's okay.
I'm running on iced tea.
Okay, so the Canucks play 6 more games this season. Tomorrow night they play against the
Golden Knights of the Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas Golden Knights.
You're welcome.
Thank you. 7 p.m. puck drop. I'll be back running the show here tomorrow night. Tuesday they play against the Stars. Thursday, against the Stars in Dallas. Thursday against the Avalanche in Colorado, and then they're back for 3 home games. Against the Wild, Sharks, and Golden Knights, separated each by a day. For the standings currently, we're
basically playing like
the Central Division.
One every other day, yeah.
Yeah.
The standings I've got on here.
Okay.
So I'm helping. Away, I'm feeling useful, as my boy Soyberg says. Right. The Canucks have played 76 games, have won 35, we're on 83 points. Calgary on 75. They play tonight against the
Vegas.
That one.
So
the LTIR Merchants. Sorry.
Okay.
I don't like Vegas.
One thing about the Vegas is because they're also they're also on a back-to-back tomorrow night. And they have to travel from Calgary, and they have the later start, whereas the Canucks, they play in the afternoon and then they play the next evening. They get more of a rest at home as well, yeah. Whereas the Golden Knights, they're like, oh my god, the Oilers fell off. Anyway, sorry, I was just like, damn, sorry. How'd you get to third, y'all?
I mean, like, to be honest, as a sports team, I know it's difficult because, look, I support football, which I'm not calling that other word because you play it with your foot, with a ball. It's called football.
The term soccer originated in England.
Kaja, you're a part Serbian.
Look at the etymology.
It's football.
Look up the etymology.
Etymology doesn't matter. It's football. It's played with your foot with a ball. We don't do back-to-backs because our football is quiet if you play over 90 minutes and you can't have a replay against. But forgetting about that, you're a professional team doing a back-to-back in hockey. That's hard enough. My boy Joey, who covers the West Kelowna Warriors, this is a shout out to him because I know he is the king, is covering his team out in Alberta. He had to take a coach there. Like, you can't complain about traveling on a plane back to back when you have that kind of transport. If you're traveling on a coach, and this is coming from someone who works for a coach company in the UK, then yes, I'm going to feel like, that you're going to be hard done by. I get it. Back-to-back travel is hard. But on the other hand, you are traveling by plane. You are very lucky that you don't have to travel by coach. And also, Joey, you owe me like $10 and a West Kelowna Warriors jersey for shouting you guys out. Go and watch them and listen to them in the playoffs. Go Warriors.
They're up 1-0
For legal
against
reasons,
Brooks.
that's all a bit. But I hope Joey's watching. Joey, I miss you. But
Yeah.
no, I traveling back to back in hockey. If it's like what was the one that Canucks done earlier this year? Toronto, Carolina.
That's a longer flight than
No,
Calgary to Vancouver.
which is where I'm going to.
Okay.
Patience is of a virtue. I'm very tired.
There's no Kaja crash out. It's been a like a Connor crash out like every other minute. I'm not gonna lie.
I love this. This is vibes. Like this is brilliant. I night shifts last night, 4 hours sleep, driving to Wales and back in the day, and then watching the Canucks win and doing this. I am on top of life. But if you like the Calgary to Toronto back to back, that's criminal. Like that is horrible because of how far you're traveling. I understand that. That's like traveling the width of the UK. The UK is a big country in my eyes because I am small. America's even bigger and Canada is even bigger. Calgary to Toronto is a serious amount of distance. Calgary to Vancouver is, correct me if I'm wrong, a 1 hour flight.
It's a little longer than that. It's
An hour and 1 minute, let's be
okay.
honest.
No, it's like an hour and a half. I haven't been on a plane to Calgary since I was like 7. So
But you're from Canada. No, I'm not going down that way. That's like saying, oh, you're from the UK, you must know the Queen. Yes, she's older. Where was I going? If you're playing a back-to-back like the New York teams or like Washington, Philadelphia, then you don't have a reason to complain about traveling and playing a back-to-back because it's not that far. I would argue, obviously, with where Vancouver is geographically, where the West Coast teams are geographically, because your country is, and the America one is stupidly big. Just don't be as big. Just be smaller.
less than an hour
I
in
don't
the
know
air.
how, but just be smaller. But like for the West Coast teams, obviously it's a big thing. But like if you're traveling, like if you're doing a back-to-back where it's like Seattle, Vancouver, or Vancouver, Calgary, then I'm not going to feel sorry for you. You're a professional sports player. Like you're a professional sportsman. You are getting paid to travel in the best conditions possible. That's where I wanted to go with that before this beautiful tangent of me crashing out just went like sideways. But
Men used to go to war.
yeah, men used to go to war and fight for their countries. God damn it. We went down the mines in Chile for what? So you can travel on a private jet from Calgary to Vancouver to play hockey for my pleasure. God damn it, you lucky bastards. I think I broke Kaya. I'm part Chilean as well. That's what makes this much funnier.
Oh my god. Okay.
But I think we have a good chance against Calgary tomorrow, who are currently top of the Pacific.
We play Vegas tomorrow. There's
I'm gonna go to the toilet before I piss myself because I'm about to piss myself laughing. I don't want to clean up that.
all right. Have fun.
Carry the thing.
This is going so well. Hi. Yeah, so the Canucks play Vegas tomorrow. I'll be back on the show. Then it's Minnesota, Colorado. Oh, I was just looking at this. It's Minnesota. No, it's not Minnesota. We're. No, it's not Minnesota. What is it? Dallas, Colorado. Got it. Dallas, Colorado. Then we play Minnesota at home. I need to look at the schedule again. Okay. So Ducks we just played. Golden Knights tomorrow. Tuesday's the Stars. Thursday's the Avalanche. Saturday's the Wild. Sharks. Golden Knights again. Okay. So I don't know. It feels like to make any chance at the playoffs, the Canucks would need to win all of those remaining games and also hope that Minnesota continues crashing and burning, St. Louis decides to crash and burn, and Calgary
Implode.
also crashes and burns. I'm just talking about like the playoffs. In order to make the
I
playoffs, the
I
Canucks need.
overheard. I did enjoy you getting Minnesota and Dallas mixed up. I was gonna shout, it's okay, they both play in green, but I also realized my mum and dad are sleeping. I don't want to wake them up. They're not gonna understand why I'm speaking to people on the internet. They barely know what it is.
Canucks need 6 wins minimum. We play 6 games.
Yeah. I was thinking when if we get 4 points out of the next 3 games, it's not going to be enough, but I think we have a chance. If other teams around us decide to crash out, mainly that lot from Alberta, but the northern one, the Edmonton, if they crash out and burn, which would be the funniest fucking thing to possibly happen.
Okay, I think that's a reach. We're 10 points behind
It's
them.
a reach, but I can dream, goddammit.
We're 10 points behind them. We would need 5 wins and they would need 5 losses and also like an extra loss. Because they're third in the Pacific. The 2 teams ahead of us in the wild card are both Central teams, and then there's Calgary, who's also ahead of us by 1 point, and they have a game in hand.
But also, you have to think about it that St. Louis are just never going to lose again. Like, they're going to win the cup this year,
11
win
game wins.
all 82 games next year, go 16-0 in the Stanley Cup next year. They're never losing it again. They're not allowed. Unless they lost like last night and I've just completely missed it.
Nope.
Because, I've done a thing.
They're still, oh my god. Sorry,
They're doing their best Abbotsford Canucks impression. Like,
yes.
Let them have their moment.
They won today against the Avs.
Of course they fucking did. Jesus Christ. Why do they keep on winning?
They played the Jets on Monday.
Oh, that's going to be a game.
That's going to be a game. So, the Canucks have chances to make the playoffs, but that's hinging on the Calgary Flames crashing and burning, the Minnesota Wild crashing and burning, St. Louis Blues crash. I don't know. Because
the St. Louis Blues being blown up by an asteroid.
The Jets,
that's more likely than them losing.
The Jets, Stars, and Avs all have clinched. So, the last remaining Central teams in the race, Utah's technically not eliminated mathematically yet.
The hockey clubs, as we're calling them.
The Utah Raptors is what I'm calling them.
The Utah unnamed. The Utah redacted. That's a name.
The Utah redacted. So the remaining Central Division teams, it's St. Louis and Minnesota. Why did I almost say Montreal? St. Louis and Minnesota. The only team that's clinched in the Pacific is Vegas. And I almost said they're fighting for track position. They're fighting for playoff position.
Kaja crashing out. Kaja crashing out.
Call me Jack Doohan. Anyway. He's the only one that's crashed this weekend.
If you're watching this, I'm really sorry. Go Alpine.
Yeah,
she's not watching.
No, I'm just saying. I was just thinking. I was like, who's crashed this weekend? Oh yeah, Jack Doohan.
Jack Doohan. I
love Jack Doohan though. I love Jack Doohan.
I mean, Alpine are just the best team. Like,
wait, Alonso crashed.
Yeah, but he's old. He doesn't know how to drive anymore. The playoff implications in the hockey are really fun. And the outcome that I would want most out of it is a meteor being struck on my house because let's look at the options. Vegas, no.
Oh,
LA Kings, Kuzmenko, yes. Anze Kopitar, yes. The most boring hockey team in the world, no. The Edmonton Oilers. Need I say anything else? The Winnipeg Jets. No,
Luke
apart
Shen.
from Ava. Apart from Shenna and Ava, but also because that guy from Barstool is still there, and he's a thing.
Or do you mean Bar Down?
That's the one.
I mean, Barstool also sucks, let's be honest here. But
I mean, Colorado is the only one I vaguely like, but I also know that they're weird. Dallas would be a good option, but it'd be really funny for them to lose given what's happened to the Mavs. St. Louis Blues. It's not basketball. We don't talk about that here. St. Louis Blues, I mean, they're just going to win it because, of course, they are. And Minnesota is the only one I can feel happy for because, Marc-Andre Fleury, that would be an amazing story. But we all know that the hockey gods hate us, and Gary Bettman, be damned, will not let a small team win a trophy.
that's my thing. I'm like the Minnesota Wild, I feel so bad for cheering against them so that the Canucks can like somehow eke into the playoffs because of Marc-Andre Fleury. I'm like, I want to see him. He's the first draft pick of my lifetime. I want to see him succeed in the playoffs. Yeah.
I just want him to be happy.
Yeah.
And that's what we should all want in life.
You know what? Maybe he'd be happy getting extra golfing time.
But then the world wouldn't see more Marc-Andre Fleury antics. I want to see him prank people.
I don't think that a lot of that would be going on during the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Mate, he's probably out there sticking Ovechkin's skates together or something stupid. Like he is a ninja in the night. Like he just moves.
Remember when he took who's is it Connor Dewar?
Hit the car.
The car. Yeah, when he took his tires off and put like a guardian on his front. He scares me.
You know the saying, a golden retriever of a man. Is that a thing that you know of?
Yes.
Marc-Andre Fleury is a golden retriever of a man.
He's a black lab.
No, a golden retriever. He's just perfect.
No, he has thoughts. So it can't be.
Not all the time. Have you seen some of the videos he has? Like, there's nothing going on.
Then how does he take the tire off? Into all that. He could. Why?
The tiger.
The tire. The tires off of the car.
Rawr. The tires.
That's what I said.
You said tiger.
I said tire, chat.
I have the internet. They can help me. Internet friends, please help me.
Chat, that's a... Actually, I can point on both sides. Tiger. Not tire. Tire. Jesus Christ. Stanley Cup Final features Marc-Andre Fleury and Sam Montembeault.
No. Oh, yeah, that would be amazing.
Two Quebec-born goalies facing off.
I'm sorry, imagine.
I did not say tiger!
Yes! Internet people, I love you. You're all very special.
No.
The British Empire will war again.
Oh my god.
You all thought this was a game over review of the Canucks game. No, this is just the British Canucks Empire beginning its march to superiority in the world.
Oh my god, the way it stacks up right now in the East, we're getting a Toronto-Ottawa first round.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That will feed me. That will feed me for so long. Is it still Toronto, Ottawa, and Tampa, Florida first round?
No. It's Toronto leading the Atlantic, so they would have the first wildcard team, which is currently Ottawa.
So then we'd also have Florida versus Tampa.
Yep. So
do
you want to get into the third segment here? Because I made a playoff bracket.
Woohoo! I like brackets.
Yeah.
They hold.
Thank you.
Look, in the UK, like, we don't have playoff brackets because we have a thing that I'm sorry, I'm stealing a part of your show, but this is called Connor Teaches the World about UK sports.
It's
We have a
relegation.
beautiful thing here. We have a beautiful thing here called promotion and relegation. When a team does really well, they move up a level, and when a team does really badly, they move down a level. That's all I got. I can't explain it much longer because the thought of relegation just haunts me every single day of my life. Don't support a football team, children. It will ruin you.
I was about
Don't
to say
support a football
same.
English football.
I was about to say same, but then I don't know. My football team is probably staying in Vancouver.
Woo!
Woo!
My football team is getting a badge that looks like Kaja could draw it better. I've sent this to you. You've seen this, and it is absolutely abysmal.
Yeah, it's the
Right.
corporate minimalism of it all. Anyway, if you're enjoying the show so far, you probably want more of this, right? Well, make sure you hit the like button on this video, click subscribe on our channel, and make sure you check out the notification bell so you're alerted whenever we go live. If you're listening to our podcast, please give us a 5-star rating or even write a positive review. If you really like us, make sure to follow us on your favorite social media platforms. You can find the Game Over Network at Blue Sky, at thegameovernetwork.com, on TikTok and Twitter at GameOverNHL, on Instagram Threads, and LinkedIn at Game Over Network.
They also do other Canadian teams. It's not just Vancouver. I only learned this recently. So if you support another Canadian team, then you can go and support them. The Game Over admins, I did know this in the past. I'm just trying to, jazz up the thing a bit. But like, if you support Toronto, then God help your sins. But there is a Game Over Toronto network. If you support Montreal, then say la boo. There is a Montreal network. If you support Ottawa, then you're probably my friend from Twitter, who I'm not going to name on here because that would be really weird. But it's probably just you watching it. Because I don't know a lot of Ottawa fans.
I feel like there's a lot of overlap though between like Ottawa and Canucks. There was a lot of overlap, and then Quinn Hughes drove Josh Norris into the board and got ejected. Yeah. Anyway,
Connor... And then now Canada's capital hates the West Coast. Where have we heard that one before?
Oh God, I don't even want to think about that at this moment. Connor, where can everybody find you?
Anyone can find me in the lovely, lovely part of the world that we call the United Kingdom.
I meant on social media, bro.
A bit.
Okay.
It's a comedic bit. You can find me on Twitter at CKNNR17. We don't talk about what happened to CKNNR because that was a dark time. It was a very fun time until Edmonton fans found me. On Blue Sky, I believe I am just CKNNR at CKNNR and the Blue Sky stuff. I'm Conrefo on Instagram. I mainly post songs about when I go to work, Canucks stuff or Philly stuff, because Bryce Harper is my summertime king. Mate, come on, Bryce Harper is elite.
Okay.
Like, go Phils.
Okay. You can find me, Kaja May, pretty much everywhere on the world of social media. Okay,
He's cooler than me.
We're getting
I'm just saying, content's better.
Oh my God. Getting into the playoff picture here. The Canucks currently out of it, so we just talked a bit about that potentially being an option, but we have to see many teams not also have the option.
Hi, Mom. Hello, internet. This is my mum. She is an avid Canucks fan. She probably doesn't know what the hell's going on. I'm on the internet, Mum. Say hello to the internet. She says hi, internet. So, she is a beautiful gem of a person. You are live on YouTube. I think she ran away scared. She's like a deer.
Hi, Connor's
Saw
mom.
her like 10 man. Okay. I had that closed for a reason. I will fix that in a minute.
No, it's okay.
My mum's there. I'm going to fix this. 1 second.
Cameo!
The internet says
I lost my pen cap somewhere. I don't know where it went. I was talking. Yeah. Um, yeah, playoff picture. So, there's 2 weeks left in the NHL, and
My mum sends her love to the internet, to all of you, apart from the people that we don't like on the internet, which I definitely have a list, but I will not mention here because I don't want Game Over to be redacted.
oh my god.
But to the internet, my mum sends her love.
Hello,
Her chili.
Connor's mom. Um, so the playoff picture currently, there's 2 weeks left of the NHL season. It wraps up before WrestleMania. So the current playoff in the West
Woo!
standings.
Sorry. I know there's a big overlap. I'm sorry. I'm gonna
take the Airbus A380. So in the West, unless, we previously discussed, unless these teams, multiple teams, decide to stop playing hockey, then it's gonna be done for the Canucks. So right now the series are Winnipeg and Minnesota. So, in playoff terms, stoppable force meets movable object.
Yeah.
You got Dallas and Colorado.
The battle to retain Mikko Rantanen. Whoever wins keeps custody.
It's the Eddie Guerrero Rey Mysterio custody match all over again. That's a wrestling
I understood
joke.
that reference.
Oh, okay, cool.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't?
Doing a bit.
Okay.
No. Rey Mysterio is the guy who does like.
Please tell me that was a bit. Okay.
I know Rey Mysterio is the one with the mask.
Okay. Anyway.
You had a heart attack there, didn't you?
I was like, brother. And we got Vegas and St. Louis. And then we have LA and Edmonton, everyone's favorite annual tradition.
So we've got in the West, we have a geographic rivalry between two teams that legitimately hate each other.
Yeah.
The retention rights of a Finnish first line winger.
Mm-hmm.
And the option of watching these games because the next two are there, or a sweet, beautiful nuclear bomb exploding on my head. Look, no one wins in any of those 4 games.
Oh my God.
We all lose. End of the day, whoever wins, the representative of the West is going to be from either Winnipeg, Minnesota, Dallas, or Colorado. Like, it's going to be one of them 3 because Edmonton's issue is that they apart from being Edmonton and everything about
They
Edmonton,
went to the finals last year.
Yes, I know, but they wouldn't have if it wasn't for Brock Besser getting blood clots, which I deep down believe was implemented by Connor McDavid. And once I have the research about this, I will prove to the world that Connor McDavid poisoned or ruined Brock Besser.
Okay.
Kaja, you have to excuse me. It's 1:15 in the morning.
Okay.
These ideas are just popping in like this, mate.
Okay. In the East, we're eating good. For it could be Washington, Montreal.
Oh.
That would be insane.
Given the political landscape right now, which we definitely do not talk about on the internet because I'm smart, that's going to be fucking incredible.
Yeah. Carolina, New Jersey. So. Battle of goaltenders that got chased out of Canadian cities, I guess. Frederik Andersen and Jacob Markstrom.
I got you. I do have one brain cell left. I got you.
Toronto and Ontario.
The Battle of Ontario.
Yep.
between Toronto and Ottawa.
Yep.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
And the Battle of Florida between Tampa and Florida.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to call them Miami, but they're Florida, even though they.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Inter Miami doesn't even play in Miami, so.
Yeah, but they're just an experiment created by the Tory government. Oh, wait, no, that's the UK wrong.
They're an
Sorry, wrong.
experiment created by David Beckham.
Who is an experiment himself created by the Tory government of the UK. Fun fact, he lived about 20 minutes down the road from me. Yeah, I'll show you later on Google Maps, but I'm not going to put that on the internet. It's already out there, but internet friends, if you want to look where David Beckham lives, then I'm sure there's ways.
Go call him up. Look at David Beckham on Game Over. What is hockey? Victoria.
Oh my God.
I can do a better British accent than that. I don't know what David Beckham sounds like.
Mate, he sounds like a chavier version of me. Like he's proper Essex, isn't he? Like he's proper Essex. Like he's from the town. Have you ever heard Thomas Skinner? Right. Am I allowed to play audio on this? If it's someone's Instagram page.
I will look it up after the show. And I'm
Damn it.
like
There's a person on Instagram called Thomas Skinner. Search him up. He's the most Essex person to have ever Essexed. Imagine that, but basically a posh version, and you got David Beckham.
I have written it down.
Mate, I will send you so many reels tonight about Thomas Skinner because this guy is my hero. He's the most Essex person to have ever Essexed. And I hate Essex. Essex are like, basically, I live in British Columbia's version of the UK in Hertfordshire, which is God's County. Essex is Alberta to me.
Okay.
We don't like.
So, between Winnipeg and Minnesota, who do you think wins?
Head says Winnipeg, heart says Minnesota. Head always wins Winnipeg. I mean, like.
Okay. Dallas and Colorado.
This goes to game 7.
OT or no OT?
OT, obviously OT. 2 OT, Dallas.
Rantanen winner. All right.
100% happening.
100%.
You know it's happening.
Vegas, St. Louis.
Sweet death upon us all. I've done this bit too much. I'll say it honestly. St. Louis, because I genuinely don't think they're going to lose.
Oh my God.
At all.
LA and Edmonton. I'm gonna jump in and say I think Edmonton completes the prophecy. They beat them in 7, they beat them in 6, they beat them in 5. They're gonna sweep this year.
No, they're not. Like,
no, I'm writing it down. You have no say.
No.
You have no
this
say.
This is not a dictatorship. This is democracy. I can't get any closer. The table's right at my my skate.
Edmonton, it's going to fulfill the prophecy. Connor McDavid is going to come back in the playoffs. They're going to pull a Vegas. Connor McDavid's playing. Evander Kane's going to come back after not playing the entire year.
Look. You are forgetting one key ingredient to this game that has been played so many times over the last however many years. The Kings have Andrei Kuzmenko. He is on a burner right now. Playoff Kuzmenko. Come on.
When did the Canucks make the playoffs with Andrei Kuzmenko?
No, but that was also to blame because Bo Horvat left us. Ha!
That's a different. Okay. Washington,
that was the same
Montreal.
Season. That was the same season, am I right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Washington, Montreal.
Habs. Celebu.
Okay.
Nick Suzuki. He's gonna be amazing.
Okay.
I cannot wait for that series.
Carolina, New Jersey.
Oh, you really have got me. I honestly can't pick between them. They're both
I'm putting
like
Carolina down because I like South
this
Jarvis.
dictatorship, and this is not democracy.
You know
I've
what?
learned
When did I say it was democracy?
when you gave me the contract to sign.
I didn't give you a contract.
I thought you did.
I was gonna
I
make an
can-
Alpine joke, but Toronto.
She's not here. It's all right.
Toronto, Ottawa.
Ottawa, game 7, overtime.
Oh my god. Who scores the
Mate.
winner? Josh North.
Brady. It's got to be Brady in it.
Fair.
Because-
Tampa, Florida.
Florida, game 6.
Game 6. OT or no OT?
No OT.
Okay. Game winner then.
Braden Point.
Brayden
Actually,
Point plays
no,
for
no.
Tampa.
Pardon?
You said Florida was gonna win.
Shit. Fuck it. Brad Marchand.
Okay.
He's playing there now, isn't he?
Yep. Winnipeg, Dallas.
Dallas.
St.
Yeah.
Louis, Edmonton.
St. Louis. You know where I'm going with this.
Yep. I'm just gonna fill in the rest of the thing. St. Louis wins the cup. Doesn't even matter who is in the East. I'm gonna write in the Bruins. Look at my Stanley Cup. It looks
That is
like
art.
it looks like a chicken drumstick.
The internet, you better share that around and give it love because it deserves
It's a
it.
chicken drumstick. I
incredible.
just drew a chicken drumstick instead of the Stanley Cup.
And we are all proud of you.
Okay. Yeah, Boston is last in the East. They're 1 point back of Buffalo.
To be honest, if you told me that when I was there in November, I think I would have laughed. The fact that they've fallen off a cliff that badly is absolutely insane.
It makes me feel better about the Canucks.
Yes, it does, because at the end of the day, when it's bad
It's
enough
right.
in Vancouver, it could be worse. It could be the New York Rangers. Good night, everybody. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Okay, I'm gonna do the ad read and then I'm going to
But we didn't finish the predictions.
the predictions. I'm not because you're gonna say St. Louis wins anyway.
No, I'm not actually.
Fine. I'll cross them out. Dallas and St. Louis.
Dallas.
Jesus. Montreal, Carolina.
I think Montreal go on a magic one. I think they've
They've earned it after doing it 3 years ago.
no, they're not. They haven't earned it. I think they've got a really fun team.
Okay. I mean,
I think that.
Power Friendship
think-
got the Rangers to the Eastern Conference Finals a couple years ago. So.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, the Power Friendship nearly got the Canucks to the playoffs, but here we are. We're not allowed to have fun.
Okay,
The rest.
I think the Canucks this season is described as the power of enemyship. Let's be real here. Ottawa,
Yeah.
Florida. Battle of the
Um,
Kachuk brothers.
Brady game 7. OT.
Jesus, that's a Montreal, Ottawa, Eastern Conference final. Gary Bettman's retiring.
Because you see, I believe in chaos. That's how this works.
Okay, who wins?
Montreal, because we can't let a small team have all the fun.
Okay, Dallas and Montreal, Stanley Cup final.
See, I wanted to do a bit and say, oh, Montreal all the way because I was going to do the reverse of St. Louis. But, I really want to say Dallas, but I think it's going to be Dallas, yeah.
Okay.
Logic has to
Dallas.
prevail somewhere. We're not allowed to have fun in the NHL.
Here we go.
You sound so fed up.
Yeah, I am
Oh,
so.
hey,
No, I'm not fed up. I'm tired.
You're tired.
I
Let me just remind you.
Okay, I'll do the ad read. You can, I'll mute you. You can have your conversation. Um, um, what better way to support something you love than by repping it on yourself? Game Over's apparel line is dropped with 3 unique lines. Whether you feel a nostalgic pull of our retro skater design, want to make a statement with our established design, want to wear your love for goalies proudly with our live and die by the goalie design, or if you just need another coffee and to get through the winter, we have you covered. Designed by Brady Taylors from Game Over Winnipeg. Use the QR code on stream now and take a look through our apparel store and help us rebuild local sports media in Canada while repping your community. Any questions, y'all, before we head out of here? Connor has a question.
Can you edit in like a part of the thingy, that the ad read thing in here? I'm trying to like model it, but
I
have an actual question as well.
Yeah.
Who wins the lottery?
Oh God. You know what? For the bit, Boston.
I thought you were gonna say St. Louis, and I would have been like, fucking mic drop.
That's not possible. No, Kaja and Connor's a brilliant episode. Loved your banter. Thank you. Yeah. This is this was fun.
If Kaja ever allows me back on here, anytime there's a matinee game and I'm not at work, which is becoming a rarity nowadays, I am more than happy to come on here if you allow me back, because I've had so much fun.
I will fly to the UK and purposely wake you up and make sure that you have no choice.
Mom!
I'm breaking in.
Scaring me again.
I'm breaking in.
You don't know where I live.
Yes, I do. No.
Good night, everyone.
Everybody, I gotta go study. Connor has to go sleep. Have a great night. Canucks beat the Jets. No. The Ducks. 6-2.
Remember, children, don't do drugs. Canucks are amazing. And
we're not on drugs.
Somehow I'm sober. I've been sober for 4 years. You couldn't fucking tell. And that's alcohol, not drugs. I'm a Catholic boy. I don't do drugs.
We need to. Let's just end the show here. All right. Have a great night.
United and Magic.
Have a great night, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow night after the Canucks play the Knights. Yep. Have a great night, everybody.